People, welcome back to Politics Watch. This is Zerpi. Now, the day has finally come where the US Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, has landed in Jamaica. And right now, people, we have the exclusive. We have the exclusive conversation as to the moment when Pompeo landed in Jamaica. Now, people, the reason why I refer to these two women as the Charm Squad is because it can't be coincidence that both parties, the JLP and the PNP, decided that they wanted their Minister of Foreign Affairs to be two females who, to be fair, are very attractive, right? At least to the average guy, right? Now, people, it seemed like after JLP sent Camilla Johnson-Smith to be for them Minister of Foreign Affairs, the PNP decided to say, oh, when you think that Una alone have attractive woman at the party. Alright, Lisa Anna, former Miss World, step out. You're now the opposition Minister of Foreign Affairs. Now people, as me say, we have the exclusive as to when Pompeo reach. Now, what I want you to understand is this. The Charm Squad, consisting of Lisa Anna and Camilla Johnson-Smith. Even though Camilla Johnson-Smith is the serving Minister of Foreign Affairs because of fear of party in power, you have to understand that Lisa Hanna's husband is the man who controls all of the Burger Kingdom in Jamaica. So Lisa Anna have experience with dealing with, how would I say, a more mature gentleman. So for this example, when Mike Pompeo come, it was actually Lisa Anna who took the front stage. So Lisa Anna just touched Camilla and said, listen, even though you're the party in power, step aside because you're kind of uptown and you're kind of stush. You don't really know the streets like that. Me take over this. People, as soon as Pompeo step off of the plane, him start the argument. You Jamaicans think you can take the United States for a fool? You think you can just play us like some kind of clown? You better be careful before we cut you off. As soon as Lisa Anna said that, Lisa Anna just rest her hand on him left shoulder. And said, Pompey baby, what you want so far? Calm down the Pompey. Pompey, we are switch to this. Pompey, me don't want your blood pressure go up in the Pompey. Pompey, me don't want you hurt yourself. Let's calm down the Pompey. People, as soon as Mike Pompeo hear that, him bust a big smile. And as soon as Lisa Anna see the teeth them, Lisa Anna rest her hand on Camilla Johnson-Smith's shoulder and say, listen Camilla, looking at the bag over there say some big pirate dish full of stew peas. Pass it for me there. People, after Lisa Anna don't give Mike Pompeo the stew peas, Mike Pompeo lick him finger them and say, no man, Lisa you're on sweet man, you're on sweet. People, Lisa Anna just looked on him and said then, oh you think I became the burger queen? People, everything's secure. The bag is secured. Don't worry on yourself. Lisa Hanna and Camilla Johnson-Smith, aka the Charm Squad, has make sure say everything seal up with America for the next 10 years. At least. People, money well spent. Money well spent. Well done Lisa. Well done Camilla. Now, fun and joke aside, let's get down to the meat of the matter. People, I wanted them to realize something. Mike Pompeo came here and it ended up causing a little friction in the Caribbean. Alright? The big woman for Barbados, the big man over Trinidad, decided say them now to deal with the situation because them feel like America try divide CARICOM. Right? Now the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Camilla Johnson-Smith, is saying, well, this meeting was never a CARICOM meeting. It was a bilateral meeting which involved a couple islands. It wasn't a CARICOM, it wasn't a everybody thing. So Trinidad and Barbados should not look upon it from that angle. But people, this is what I'm saying. We have to be careful how as a region we don't make outsiders cause us to turn upon each other. Right? Personally, I think the way how this whole thing go down between the different leaders, Barbados, Trinidad, Jamaica, etc., I think it could have been dealt with better in terms of communication. I think them come out kind of strong, right? And I don't want to, people say, you're a Jamaican, you just say that, but people, I feel like them come out kind of strong. I feel like it could have been a phone call, right? One phone call, yo, Mr. Holness, what going over this? How that look so? If Andrew Holness don't give a sensible conversation, then maybe we can escalate it. I feel like the Prime Minister of Barbados come out kind of strong still. And her point was that what really annoyed her was that everybody did get invited. Now, that's the thing that made me go, that's strange. Because if the main thing that bothered you was that everybody not get invited, that means you didn't want to go. Now, if when you get invited, they start cuss and talk about, back in the day whenever you did link with America and we don't forget what America did. See, now we start to question what's the real motive here. If you say from day one, listen, we don't want an invitation, we don't want a link, we don't forget, then I can say, okay, I understand your stance, you're serious. But their original problem was that not everybody was invited. So what that tell me is you did want to get invited, but you didn't get invited, you're kind of upset, right? So people, I could just reason out the thing and conversation. People, last thing we need is the CARICOM and the Caribbean to start, some kind of foolishness, sake of America and China, all kind of foolishness. People, end of the day, we have a similar story, similar background. Do whatever I want, just relax on yourself, right? Now, next thing I want people to look at. One of the things they discussed while they were here, and this is Mike Pompeo and Andrew Holness, was the influx of American machines that come into Jamaica. Now, is it me, or does it seem like every single time an American official come to Jamaica, they always say, we're going to do things to stem the flow of machine into Jamaica, and then we know you're not again after that. Right? It seems like it's just one of those talking points, right, where people just throw out there to get a couple political points. Because so far we've not seen anything, right, that suggests there's any serious strategy in place, right, to reduce the flow of machine into the country, right? Now, is it America's responsibility to make sure the machine now come into the country? Well, no, that's really Jamaica's, that should be more on the Jamaican end, because America is not going to be, politicians in Washington are not going to be losing sleep over the fact that machine are flood Jamaica, right? That's not going to happen any day soon, so forget that. Right, so ultimately, we need to make sure that our ports them, right, and our borders are secured, and we can better stop machine from coming into the country, right? But America, Uncle Sam, can play a role, especially as it relates to intelligence, right? So hopefully them serious this time, right? Because it is way too easy. If any little hurry come up, fly by night fool, if you get a little one money, go America and start send back machine to the country, right? Anyway. Next thing them talk about, people, was the situation between Venezuela and all of that. Again, as people, politics, right? I don't think this is news to anybody. Clearly, America and Venezuela, America and Maduro in particular, are our friend. So in times like this, people normally want to know whose side they are take, right? Because I saw them things are working on people. Sometimes when you hear a country donate X amount of money and you're like, that country is a friend of this country. People, there is no friend in geopolitics, right? Henry Kissinger, the former Secretary of State for the United States, right, during the Reagan era, Henry Kissinger said it best. The United States has no friend, only interest. Well, I'm taking it a step further and say no country not have no friend, only interest, right? Us Caribbean islands need to stop getting emotionally attached, right? Like some school pitney, right? Every time a country give us something, right, people want to say, this is a friend of the country. No, nobody not a friend. People give you something because they want something else in return. When a country give you X amount of something, look for here say some big UN motion gonna go on and they might expect you to vote in their favor. Right? Now the last thing I want to touch on, people. Mike Pompeo addressed the whole China thing. Now you may remember I done several videos saying that Uncle Sam move like a jealous man, right? Because him say this Chinese man a come in and I buy much things and I spend much money. And if you remember, I even went as far as to use an analogy once where I said Uncle Sam is like the man that they have the woman, and then she may really spend money upon her, and new man come and start spending money. He might tell her, say, be careful, because not because you see my money and you know where money come from, a good scammer. People, You know, say Mike Pompeo end up say something very similar along those lines when you actually think about it. Because Mike Pompeo said, listen, this is easy money, but not true. Not get a matter of fact, let me make you listen exactly what he said, people. Check it out.
It's tempting to accept easy money from places like China. But what good is it if it feeds corruption and undermines your rule of law? What good are those investments if, in fact, they ruin your environment and don't create jobs for your people? There's a better alternative. We all know it, and we can all achieve it together. Western firms, American firms, operate according to values proven to produce good deals and quality work, the work that we do in democracies.
People, when you hear that, easy money. Just like me say, the old man I try to convince you, say the new man money dirty, and you know if you trust it. Right? Now, does anybody actually think America or Uncle Sam are lose sleep over money being used for corruption, etc., etc.? Come on. Anything one of these superpowers can accuse one of, the other one can put it back on them. Right? So people, just keep on the third eye open. Right? As I said, I've been reasoning with a lot of my subscribers lately, a lot of my bridging and people I know personally. And listen, everybody agree. Mike Pompeo is one of the most serious Secretary of State America has had in a very, very long time. Right? Mike Pompeo, a bad man, people. Don't get caught up in the suit and tie and chew them man, look like the image we have of gangsters. This is what international badness look like, people. Right? Pompeo is ex-military, ex-head of the CIA. Listen, this is no Hillary Clinton. Right? Actually, it was actually Mike Pompeo who convinced Donald Trump to take out the Iranian general. Pompeo has had a long history with Iran. Right? Pompeo been having up Soleimani for a very long time. Right? And actually, many US presidents, well, actually going back to probably Bush, at least Bush, wanted to take out Soleimani, but most of them, right, and their generals and their Secretary of States came to the conclusion that it's best to not do it because it might trigger some kind of war. Right? They've been afraid to do it based on what might happen. It was Pompeo who tell Trump, say, listen, Trump, them boys are fool, you know. All them are going to do, are going to just make some noise and fire off two little rocket and it done. People, I don't know, at least up until this point, it seemed like Pompeo was right. Right? As I said, and you don't have to take my word for it. You can do your own little reading up if you want. Listen to what the American media has been saying, Republican and Democrat. And Mike Pompeo is the one who really make Trump know, say, Soleimani, I forget Dashry. Right? People, so said, so done. Patreon squad, big up on yourself. Please like, comment, and share the video. Bless.